Okay. This is a weird one. This is a weird one.
Which one is it?
Show of the year. This is
Easy for me.
Oh, I've easy for me.
I know
I've
your
actually got
answer,
that.
Nick, actually. I know
Yeah?
your answer. Yeah.
Okay. I'll save it to the end then.
I've got my one.
Yeah, do
Which
you know
was
what?
easy.
Yeah, go. Yeah, Den, you can kick one off. Go.
This one I could go for me. I didn't even realize it was this year. It was at Crystal Palace. Will Ospreay's last match against Oracle. You think about that match, but that match was classic. But on that card, there was a point when oh dude, I forgot his name. The guy that hates the Tories.
Zack Sabre.
Zack Sabre was having a match, and during his match, people at Run was talking, and I actually had to say, "Can you not be quiet a minute?" I literally lost myself in that match. There was another one that's going on. There was a hard, not a hardcore match, but it was like strong style. Oh God,
Luke
the
Jacobs.
chops. Yes, that was such an amazing. And you know what? Do you want to actually know what I like about the match? About the pay-per-view? I was there live, and usually you take that break, and that break you go away and come back, and then you lose the crowd, and it kind of like dies or whatever it is. Because they started late, they went straight and didn't stop. They just went next match, and I like that format. Sorry for the bar, but I like the format, and with that, I had a
crap! That had Orange Cassidy open the show as well.
Yes, Orange Cassidy came out at the start. Remember, there was a wrestler from overseas coming out, and then they brought out the big Japanese dude, and I was like, oh. And then Cassidy came out. I mean, the only part that ruined it was I was in third row. The first time I was in front row, and it really, really felt. But yeah, brilliant pay-per-view. Screw all your Mania and all that bullcrap. This was the show of the shows.
High stakes is a good answer. High stakes is a good answer. I'll give you that. Leon, your show of the year.
Kind of a tough one trying to remember all of these shows, but I think the one that stands out for me is the one where it was Will Ospreay versus Carl Fletcher. Just recently, was it Worlds Collide? Not Worlds Collide. Which one?
The last AEW pay-per-view.
I think it was that.
Full Gear.
Was it?
Well, if you can't remember when it was, then it's not the pay-per-view for you.
Hold on, is that your match of the year or your show of the year?
World's End.
No, World's End's tonight.
World's End's tonight. It might have been Forbidden Door. Actually. No, not Forbidden Door.
No, it was Full Gear, isn't it?
Probably was Full Gear. Yeah. You know what? I'll just say Survivor Series purely for the concept of what it is. AEW, I will say Full Gear, and TNA, I would say it's between Slammiversary and the other one.
Slammiversary was a damn good show.
I think Slammiversary would be my show of the year. I think overall, actually, Slammiversary would be my show of the year.
Slammiversary was a hell of a pay-per-view.
Your overall show of the year, yeah?
TNA Slammiversary, yeah.
That's a good shout.
Nice. Good and Survivor Series for WWE, yeah?
Survivor Series for WWE.
Wait,
for
I don't get to make multiple.
Are we doing each company or what's happening?
That's what I'm realizing right now.
Show of the year. Pick it.
Well, one show, not show the companies.
Yeah, innit? Cool. Pick a lane.
All right, cool.
So
what's your best show of the year? Yeah.
Okay, TNA Slammiversary, done.
Cool.
That's
there you go. Wonderful.
Very good pick. That's a very good pick.
After Big Tone.
Yeah, I think how he was doing it though is like those honorable mentions for the others, and
kind of.
Yeah. In the same vein, it's very hard to argue with Hour for Glory or Slammiversary when it comes to TNA. Like they were excellent shows. AEW, I would have loved to have said All In because he was there and live, but again, the seats just ruined it for us. But it was an excellent moment, like again when Danielson won that title. Everyone's singing the song, final countdown, and then come out, and everyone's doing the
Watching
swerve
it back,
driving.
it was actually a damn good show, that one.
Yes, it was. But again, it's sort of just, it got water. They poured cold water on it for us because of where we was.
For the live crowd, yeah.
If we're talking about WWE now, I've got to go with WrestleMania 40. I love that show, man. Like, again, I just, the matches from head to toe, like, I was entertained. I was entertained with the whole little Spider-Man No Way Home, like, main event that they had with everyone coming out and doing their little thing. And yes, Cody finally finishing his story was a highlight for me because I've been invested in Cody for a long time. So yeah, man, I would probably go WrestleMania 40.
Overall?
Yeah, I'm gonna go WrestleMania 40 overall.
Okay. Right, Nick, can I guess yours? Actually, I'm gonna say mine because mine is just basic.
Oh, can I just say High Stakes was the bomb as well?
High Stakes was the bomb. Big Tone, you were the only one who was there. I don't know. It doesn't really count as a pay-per-view. My first Riot Cabaret show, Slamamia, was absolutely insane. A 2000 Royal Rumble that has me seeing, and I know it's going to sound absolutely stupid to those who weren't there, but Christina Aguilera versus Britney Spears in the Rumble.
That wasn't this year, though, was it?
It was February this year.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, I watched Celebrity Deathmatch, so I would have been invested in that.
I swear you got invited. It was after that I was like, "Den, you've got to come." But we were treated to a main event that no one should ever have to miss in life, and that was Michael Oku, Robbie X, and Leon Slater. That alone was the price of admission. Sunshine, I think it was Sunshine Milsheen because they took on the Bryants and Sapphire Reed. Like match from match was there. Nina Samuels took on Artemis, which was absolutely insane. Saw a mad side of Cassius that night. Great night. So for me,
I was there.
No, you came after. You came to the show after that one. I can't remember why you couldn't make that one.
Were you in the balcony? Sorry to keep interrupting you.
No, I was on the stage.
I wasn't there. Then I wasn't there then. Sorry.
Right, Nick, can I take a guess at yours?
You know what mine is. Stop it.
So I said it. When you said it before, you're like, oh, okay. Now you know I know.
You most likely know what it is. I mean, you've known me long enough. Look, I do want to put a special shout out to one WWE pay-per-view, and definitely not Mania. Backlash and that French crowd. That was incredible.
Good shout.
That was the matches were completely elevated by that crowd. Very average match card. Good match between Cody and AJ. But Jesus Christ, that crowd. I can't remember seeing a better crowd. I think it was even better than Puerto Rico. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Again, testament to how important fans are in the arenas and making noise. No, my pay-per-view of the year, though, the respect to Leon for Slammiversary, I have to say. No, my pay-per-view of the year is AEW Revolution. And I know that we all want to go to the more recent ones because we're wrestling fans and recency bias, but the match cut on Revolution, I reviewed this on the channel. You had Christian Cage in peak villain mode when he was TNT champion, twatting around Daniel Garcia. You had Will Ospreay making his AEW debut in what is genuinely a match of the year against Konosuke Takeshita. You had Eddie Kingston against Bryan Danielson, which was so violent, considering it wasn't meant to be a violent match. These two just chopped blocks off of each other. I remember Big Tone and I lost our minds about this. You had this sleeper hit between Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, which they built so beautifully for the international title. You had Timeless Toni Storm at the peak of her powers. You had that crazy triple threat. And what I actually give credit for between Strickland, Hangman, and Samoa Joe, because you remember in the build-up to that, they had all this really poor storytelling between Swerve and Hangman, which it became nonsensical. I can't remember the exact beats of it, but somehow the quality of that match was so good that you were just like, you know what? Screw the storyline. this match is awesome. And then you had that Sting retirement match. And I'm sorry, man, just top to bottom. That was the last time that I got those feels. Those feels that AEW can give you when they decide to go, let's go full fan-pleasing mode here and go full crazy super indie here. It was just, I was just like, how? Like every match is just getting better and better and better and better and better. I'm like, how?
I have
How
to
is
ask you
this-
the ultimate question, and I know in a way you've kind of answered it, but I still have to ask it.
Yeah.
Being the WCW mark that you are, being the Sting fanboy that you are,
On my
if
Rushmore.
you can remove that match from that pay-per-view, and I've listened to everything you said that it gets better and better, would that still be your pay-per-view of the year if that match wasn't in it?
If you could remove Roman and Cody and The Rock from Mania 40, would it still be in contention for pay-per-view of the year? It's like saying
No
if that
one's
match,
mentioned it.
it's silly. Yeah, Big Tone mentioned it actually.
Big Toe silly.
It's it's like saying, oh, the movie wouldn't be good if Batman wasn't in it. Well, Batman's in the movie, so it's good. It's like it's a dead argument because obviously that was so much more than the cherry on the sundae. That just cemented it. That is what cemented it as the pay-per-view of the year.
I get
If
that.
you take that crowd away from Backlash, is it a good pay-per-view? No, but guess what? That crowd was there.
I get that, but if you take away the Hell in a Cell match, I still have a lot of love for that King of the Ring 97. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying, could it still be your standout pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I'm just giving
100%.
Slammiversary its balance with what it is.
Because I'm kind of giving away a lot more than I want to at this point. But
Then don't just say thank you.
Just leave it.
and
Just
move
leave it
on.
at yes. Just leave it at yes and come back to it later on.
100% yes.
Okay.
100%
So-
yes.
With
I mean,
all of
you
that
can
in
ask me
place,
that same question.
AJ, have you given your match yet? Your pay-per-view? Oh,
I
you
did,
You
Slam and Mia.
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tone. What was you asking?
If you ask me the same question, while I agree with everything Nico just said, I've got to be honest and think, yeah, I probably wouldn't pick WrestleMania if it wasn't for the finishing the
Of
story.
course not, because WrestleMania was crap.
Nah, WrestleMania wasn't crap at all. It was a good show. Yeah. I know everyone likes to bomb on it, but actually, we all said at the time WrestleMania was pretty good this year.
Oh,
WrestleMania was one match. Super kick, 17 super kicks.
But okay,
It
That
definitely
was a
gave me
main
some
event.
feels. My issue with that main event is that the one that Den and I were at, Mania 39,
Was
Obviously-
much better, but
much
it
better,
should have
much
ended better.
it should have ended better. Take that ending out of the debate for a moment, because I think we
Then
can
a
all agree on
Better
that.
pay-per-view.
Definitely. But that Rock and Roman match, that 35, 40 odd minutes that we got of the two of them going back and forth before the Usos got involved, right?
Mm.
They go back and watch that match.
Roman Cody.
Those two, Cody and Roman were really putting on a clinic for us. Like that had classic match potential. That one, it was a really brilliant match between two guys who had great in-ring chemistry, who were feeding off the crowd, who knew how to stagger the match and pull on your emotional strings, give you some close calls before the nefarious means ever even happened. Like they were really putting on, I think, something quite special. Obviously, it elevated for me because I was there in person and there was a buzz until there wasn't. But I watched it back on the network. Like it was a good match those two put on, man. And then I contrast that. Fantastic. Then I contrast that with like Mania 40 and kind of the end of the story. Cody Roman kind of took focus away from Cody Roman, and it made it like kind of a nostalgic spot fest. And I was like, it's nice. Like I popped, don't get me wrong, but it was like, I kind of like what you gave me last year. This unstoppable force and this babyface hero. And I was like, that was good. I wanted like more of that. And if you look at the Mania 40 match, the two of them hardly actually wrestle. It's just
Mhm.
spot. I'm like,
Mhm.
listen, TLC, one of my favorite matches of all time. I'm a spot fest monkey. I'm not going to say otherwise, but like to be the end of the story, it kind of stopped being about Cody. And
It stopped a long time.
I thought it was really misjudged that Mania 4. And I said that. I'm on record on the channel saying that. I popped for the nostalgia, but looking at it, I thought it was really misjudged. I thought Mania 39 was the better match.
Okay. So with that said, because that could be a debate, and I respect everything you say, but I'm just trying to be time conscious.
Mm-mm.
The ultimate show of the year. We've got High Stakes, we've got Slamamia, we've got Mania 40, we've got Slammiversary, we've got Revolution.
We're all
No
different
doubt.
here,
High
aren't we?
stakes, isn't it? High stakes, no doubt. Somebody give me one. I've voted for everybody else so far.
I don't know,
It's a
man.
good
Like
show.
Nico actually did make a solid argument for Revolution. I actually forgot about that on that pay-per-view. But High Stakes, we was all there, and it was amazing. So
And it was Will Sprague send-off match. And
yeah,
it was such a...
I'm gonna say High Stakes for me.
Ooh,
Mm.
Oh my God. I got a vote.
You-
No one else have to
you
vote.
cool
I
with
got
that
one.
one,
That's what I need.
Nick, you good with that?
I'm not budging. I'm not budging from Revolution, mate.
But you know what? Everyone else is going to be at. Leon can't vote for High Stakes because he weren't there. Unless
Well,
you
the
want to
text
go.
is
Yeah. I think I get your point. But
Nah, it's all good.
voting wise, I
You
think
know
it's going to
what?
be.
Because I'm not really like what do you call it? I'll go for the one that we actually went and supported. So I'll say High Stakes.
You weren't there, bro.
I
You
respect
can't
that.
vote
but
for something you...
you probably watched Revolution, which I would have like anyway. But okay, cool. Wow.